Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Immigration Talk Live, where we take your questions about U.S. immigration every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm headquartered here in Los Angeles. I'm immigration lawyer John Castravi, but we help people from all across the world. Our location doesn't matter because thankfully everything we do is by mail or online or phone calls or emails or Google Video or Zoom or that kind of stuff. So we're really happy to help you through the immigration process. We love helping married couples who are applying for a green card, people with extraordinary ability, very talented people applying for a green card themselves, and people starting businesses in the United States, the L1, the E2 visa. We love doing these. We love helping you through it. The information here is intended as general educational guidance, not intended for individual legal guidance, meaning, like each case is different. Something, there might be a unique aspect to your case is different that we can't answer or doesn't fully get covered here. So again, you should be able to talk to an immigration lawyer private for that. You can schedule a time with our office. Go to jqqlaw.com/contact. Fill in the contact us page so you have a better idea what's going on with your case, and we can take it from there. The website again is jqqlaw.com/contact. Having said that, there's also a guide. We have a 50-plus page guide. If you go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com, the website is marriageimmigrationlaw.com. You can download a guide, and it answers most questions, frankly. And then from there, schedule a consultation with an attorney or our firm once you know the process and be able to really ask good questions and be ready for a good consultation and good ability to judge the lawyer you're talking with because you know a lot of the answers. You can fine tune and ask the more difficult kind of questions that may come up and see if the lawyer knows it before you hire them. So that's a really helpful tool right there. The website is marriageimmigrationlaw.com. And so just shoot out your questions. If we can answer, we answer them. We can't really answer stuff about asylum law. I don't do asylum law. Can't answer questions about timelines really. But hey, we'll do what we can. So Nobird asks, hi, do I get to use U.S. student visa, but I am financially struggling? I'm from Uganda. You have to show you have financial ability to study in the United States and pay the costs associated with the school, Nobird, as well as be able to live here. So that's that. Now, if you get what's it called, some sort of scholarship to go to school here, and there's a family here that'll support you live with, maybe you could pass that. But at the end of the day, it's up to the U.S. consular officer that's going to issue the visa, whether they'll accept that. Steve says, hi, John. Hi to you, Steve. Please let me know the rest of your question. I saw you're typing up something. Let's go to TikTok and see what's going on there. Will Trump's presidency affect immigration visa once it's approved? It can. An immigrant visa from the embassy is not a green card. The last time around, when President Trump had a travel ban, those who had immigrant visas, they went to a U.S. embassy interview, got approved, but had not entered the United States. They were affected by the ban and could not enter. So I don't know if you're from one of those countries or if he does a ban or how limited or broad his ban is going to be because we're predicting the future. So it's impossible to answer the question, but that's a general aspect of what happened last time. I'm not sure what's going to happen again. And that's why I prefer not to just speculate about stuff. We don't really know what's going to happen, so I don't really want to do that. But if you have actual factual questions that we answer, we'll try our best to give a general educational response. Eob says, can someone go back to their home country with asylum green card if the problem is politics, but the government's changed now? It's better not to visit your home country if you file for asylum from there. The regulations say that you shouldn't use your passport from your home country or the protections of your home country. In practice, they rarely, if ever, enforce that rule. But President Trump's coming. He may start enforcing it. So it's a risk you want to take, and you just got to take a calculated risk if you want to deal with that. Nobody follows up. I had cousins. They're elder ones, but they can't source me scholars from the States. I mean, I have cousins. They can't source my scholarship. Just give it a try. Just get the scholarship, get their financial support. So the family, that can stay with them maybe even, and give it a try. That's all you can do. You can't give. It's not up to me to approve it, so I can't really help much more than that right there. Hamada asks, how long does the I-765 work permit to get approved after submitting the RFE for I-485 last week? So the I-765 the work permit, has no relationship with your RFE submission, Ahmada. So the EAD will get approved when it gets approved. It was taking like a month to get approved. Now it's getting longer again. Sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's 6 months. It goes back and forth. It's very frustrating. But it has nothing to do with your RFE for your I-485. So hopefully your case, you did a good response. The I-485 gets approved and you just get a green card. And your work permit's approved in the meantime to hold you over. Punjab asked about I-589. That's the asylum case. As I said in the beginning of the show, we don't do asylum law, so I don't want to answer about that. Shy Must, I did a tourist visa on my DS-260. I did B2, but on my appointment, I did B1, B2 for both. A tourist visa is DS-160. Can I tell them on my appointment I made a mistake and I just want B2? it doesn't really matter when you're doing a B1, B2, or B2. Like sometimes the officers on the OWN will give you a B1, B2, even though you asked for a B2. So that part doesn't really matter. Just be honest and explain stuff properly. Travelpedia says I have 245 I approved 20 years ago through employment. Can I apply to a green card now? Depends on the facts. You need to have a valid petition of some kind that you get a green card. So this is a much larger question. It's good you have 245I. That fixes up the overstays, unauthorized employment, unauthorized entry. But there's other things that have to be satisfied for a green card. So we'd have to look into that. It's very helpful that you have 245I, Travelpedia. But that's not something I can answer. It's just a lot more things I need to know and talk about. Steve asks, I submitted my I-130 online application on the 16th. On November 22nd, I submitted my I-485 by mail. On December 4th, I got an RFE for medical. Do you think I can have a second RFE? It's fast. Yeah, you can have an RFE if you have problems. They just ask for the medical. But I just got to wait to see what happens. Soldier Boy says, can I file with a woman who didn't work last year, but she's working now? Assuming you mean a marriage green card case and you're asking about the affidavit of support of financial sponsorship, most lawyers, if the person won't accept the case or submit it, if the person just started working recently, I've had success with that. I'm not as worried, but I need to see the financial condition of the woman, or your wife, I'm guessing, where she works, how much she makes, all this other information. But if you want to be safer, get a joint sponsor. It's probably a safer way you can find one. Rowena from LinkedIn asks, for F1 visa holders, student visas, is there a 90-day rule still to file adjustment of status or marriage green card? There's no such thing as a 90-day rule. A lot of lawyers mistakenly say that. There's some inferences if you submit too soon. It really depends on the case and what's going on. If you have time, yeah, just wait now 3 months. But it's if you want to be safer about it. But download our guide, first of all, marriageimmigrationlaw.com, Rowena, and then schedule a private consultation. Some of these stuff, it's better talking private. It's not, but if you wait a little longer, it's better. But sometimes people can't wait that long. We had another person who needed to, whose student visa was ending, and they needed to file for adjustment of status as soon as possible. So he did it within 90 days, and I've never seen it be a problem. But it depends. Your spouse, a green card holder, U.S. citizen, your history, all this kind of stuff. It really depends on the details and what you've told the government and how it looks. Braid by Must says, hi, I filed I-751. My daughter turns 18, 2025, and I won't be eligible to file under 3-year rules in 2025. My daughter filed for citizenship, 5 years, same as 3 years. That's very specific. Probably your daughter will have to, I don't know. I'm not going to do the math here in public and ask that. So I can't answer that case specific, like individual question like that. But sit and talk with you all. UK12 says, how to overcome national security denials. I think it's wrong info they have in the system. That's going to be very hard to impossible to overcome once they say that. You could tell the government, congressperson, contact the embassy, maybe sue or try to get something, but it's almost impossible to fix that kind of stuff. There's an immigration lawyer in Washington. His name is Jay Garrison, UK12356. Jay is the first name, Garrison, Gairson. That's the immigration lawyer that deals with these kind of issues frequently. He's the person you want to schedule a consultation when I talk about that. The name is Jay Garrison. Jamaldeen says, what form do I need to file to get my mom to the United States? Well, if you're a U.S. citizen, you need to start the process from I-131 to show as your mom. Then eventually she goes to consular processing, form DS-260, form I-864, upload your civil documents and financial documents and complete all that stuff and wait for an interview. But that's the overview of it very generally. KEP says, can I file for a green card if I violated my R1 visa by working another job which is not religious? It depends on the basis of your green card and what kind of work you did, how you got the job. Did you claim to be a U.S. citizen to get that job? So let's say you came on an R1 and you start working another job you violated and you marry a green card holder. No, you can't adjust status or get a green card in the U.S. But if you marry a U.S. citizen, you can. However, potentially you can leave the United States and get the green card too through the embassy. But if you claim to be a U.S. citizen to get that job, you made a fake passport to get that job or something like that, fake U.S. passport or some crazy stuff like that, then you just can't do anything. So, okay, yeah, we got to see what's going on. We need more information. We got to go to the whole story. So schedule a consultation. jqqlaw.com/contact is the place to go, and we'll take it from there. Mr. Enos says, hi there. Is USCIS accepting the old I-485 and I-864? Right now, they're accepting the most recent I-4, the newest one, the previous one until February. If you want to know which model or version or edition of the forms they're accepting, go to uscis.gov and find the form page. Just type in I-485 in Google and check the edition date that's currently being accepted. That's the proper place to get an answer to the very specific questions like that. Hart says, will Trump's presidency? I already answered your question. Happy holidays, end date. Soja Boy, I already answered. So that's, can I travel outside the country with advance parole while marriage green card case pending? If you have advance parole, you could attempt to leave and enter the United States. At the end of the day, a permission to re-enter is up to the Customs and Border Protection. So they have discretion for some reason to deny you and not let you come back in. So we don't recommend traveling unless it's an emergency, really urgent, or you have a clean, really background history. But it's up to you if you want to take that risk. Yelbas, how do you bring the girl from back home to marry her? We met online and saw a date other country. Since I can't go back with asylum green card, how can I bring her to the U.S.? She is living back home. Well, you guys go visit another country and see each other and get married and then do the green card process. I mean, that's that. If she wants to visit you, she apply for tourist visa just to visit, not to apply for green card. So there's different ways. You schedule a private consultation, talk about it. Sam says, if I get tickets in other states selling to liquor minors, what happens when asylum interview? Oh, it's going to be really bad if you got some sort of crime like that. I don't know what the charges were or the conviction was, but you need to talk with your asylum lawyer in private. BY says, hello, sir. My spouse has a deportation order. Have I-130 pending, no work permit, paying taxes. So the paying taxes doesn't really make a difference if what you're doing right here. Having a deportation order is bad. You got to see what's going on, if it reopened or or she entered lawfully, or if you're a U.S. citizen or not. There's a BYs. You really anything you asking anything to worry about. You should have a private immigration attorney. This is like very serious. I'm not sure. Yeah, you have something to worry about. You have a deportation order, so it's bad. But it's not impossible to fix per se. But we need more details. This isn't the place to talk about it. You schedule a private consultation with a couple of attorneys and talk with them, because you talk to 4 different attorneys, they're going to give you 4 different answers, and half of them are going to be wrong. And the other 2 that are right are going to be the opposite answer. So it's a pretty messed up situation. But you need to talk with the attorney in private. This isn't good to. This isn't the forum for that. It's a very serious situation you're dealing with. Martin says, how long does the I-290B take the process? It's whenever the government gets around to it. No name says, is it normal? A visa has been approved since the 5th of December. It hasn't been issued yet. We're not approved yet. It hasn't been issued. So that's no approval yet. That's that. Sammy said, I just received my fingerprint receipt for my travel document. How long does it take to get the physical? I don't know, whenever they get around to it. Okay. John Bullock says, Happy New Year. My husband entered on November 3rd. How long is it taking your clients to get a green card? Well, it's after you apply for the green card, but we're 3 to 9 months on average for our cases if you're married to U.S. citizens. Gerald says, hi, this save the travel on advance per offer 20. That's up to you if you want to risk that. Fred says, hi, John. Can I file for M400 if I was arrested in New York Times 6 times? All the arrest is accusation, but in New York, if you get an arrest, it's all dismissed and have disposition 3-year rule. We got to go through each one of those arrests, what happened, get the documentations, have explanations, know your background. That's not something I can answer here, Fred. I mean, you need to have spend time reviewing your case. That's not something I can answer. It's 6 times. How can I have 6 accusations? What's going on here, buddy? Okay, let's see. BY says, can they cancel the pending I-130 if deportation is in place for asylum? No criminal history, paying taxes. Okay, we got you to pay taxes. They're not going to cancel the I-130 petition. There's not canceling it. They could deny it because you submitted the I-130 petition in court and there's a higher standard. So you need to prove your marriage is real. It's a harder case. But there's a lot more going on, BYs, that needs to be talked about. And it's really not the place to talk about it here because you got to look into your case. PMX says, what is the processing time for alien petition for F2A category? 2 or 3 years for the I-130 petition. Hamid says, hello, actually, I came to the U.S. since 2 months ago. My marriage visa, I still not get a green card. Call USCIS, see what's going on. Ashwena says, can you file for political asylum any other time asylum after 20 years overstay? It's not impossible, but we don't handle asylum law, so I don't want to advise on that. Dress to Impress says, how much time to get an interview after DS-260 submission? Whenever embassy gets around to it. 3 months, 3 years. You're welcome, Martin. Luna asks, what do you think about the RFE I-130 timeline? There's no timelines whenever they get around to looking at answering it. Joshua says, my wife has been deported twice right over the border. When can I get her papers? I mean, if you're subject to a permanent bar, it's going to take years, 10 plus years. If there's some sort of fraud. So, Josh, In that kind of situation, you got to consult an attorney private. You got to get the records of the removals at the border, whether they're voluntary or whether they're expedite removals. Coming twice, probably subject to a permanent ban, a permanent bar. So you got to wait 10 years from there, then do a waiver. You got to see when she left. There's a lot going on, Joshua. You need to talk to an attorney private. Rex says, do you think Trump will remove family green card processing as his he needs Congress approval, but there's other ways for him to stop processes. I doubt he's going to get rid of like a lot of them. I mean, not really. There's not much he could do. He could slow things down, but I can't. I don't want to. I don't know. I can't guess the future. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, well, I don't know what Trump's going to do. R says, where are you located? I'm headquartered in Los Angeles, but our location doesn't matter for our cases. We do everything: video consultations and emails and uploading stuff to the government, mailing stuff. So our location doesn't matter for the cases we do. And it says, Trump going to cancel your visa? I don't know. I says, thank you. Happy New Year, you too, Aish. Luna says, do you think they'll still be waiving interviews? I don't know. It's not up to me, so I have no power or anything to say over it. Deidre says, hi, John. Do you think travel advanced pro will be risky? It's always a risk. It's always a risk. My parents filed for my siblings. They have green cards. He has 20. What happens if he comes over 21? It's going to be problematic. He's going to go to the F2B line, and that's much longer. This thing called the Child Status Protection Act has to come into place. Your parents should consult with an immigration attorney because like if they file for citizenship, it's going to destroy the case. There's a lot of technical legal stuff that happens, unfortunately, in the situation that your brother's in at that age. So it's best to have a private consultation to fully spend half an hour discussing the different variation was possible. If he gets married, it's going to be problematic. If parents become citizens, it's problematic. And then if the I-130 is approved too early, it's going to be problematic. For example, if you get a request for evidence, you want to submit it at the last day possible to buy more time in there. So there's a lot of strategy and issues that need to be discussed in that kind of case, Elisa. Sorry, but you have people asking the same questions like 50 times as I answer them, so I'm muting you. Didn't get muted. What's going on? Did I unmute? Okay, we got it. Okay, BY says, how much consultation, sir? $350 right now. Random says, if someone is out of the United States for more than 6 months, can they come back in? I mean, I assume you're meaning a green card holder. Yeah, probably. It's going to mess up your citizenship timeline, but yeah, probably. But it depends on your whole history, why you're gone, all this kind of stuff. Sophia says, my daughter is an early years teacher next year. She's British. Can she teach in the USA, such as Florida? She needs to file for a visa for that. It's going to be really hard. Maybe a G1. What could she apply for each? And she study, or she has to either study a F1 student visa or J1 cultural exchange visitor, maybe. But it's not going to be easy. I think my internet's being bad. The feed on YouTube is cutting out off and on. It's driving me crazy. It makes the Instagram feed go down too. Sorry, buddy. I got to get a Starlink internet to be more reliable. But Starlink, you got to go in on the roof and install it. And I don't know, want to do that and fall off the roof probably. So I got to hire someone to do that. So it gets complicated. Joshua, easiest way to get someone's deportation record. She left willingly. Well, you got to do an OBIM FOIA. You got to do an EOIR FOIA, potentially FBI background check FOIA. You got to get all these different FOIA requests. There's no easiest way. Don't look for easy ways. Look for proper ways. Sam says, U visa bona fide notice can stay from deportation. It's up to them. Eop says, do we wait 3.9 months to apply for citizenship? My green card issue date is December 2023. I don't know, Eop. Like if you've been married and living with U.S. citizens since you got the green card, it's 4 years and 90 days before the 5-year mark. It's 90 days before the 3-year mark. If you're doing regular path, minimum 90 days before the 5-year mark if you satisfy the other requirements. Mars says, how hard is it to get military parole in place? It's not hard or easy. It's just you have to satisfy the requirements, have a good background, and most likely get approved. But I don't know your background. So if you've been arrested and you have bars and stuff, it's going to be very hard if you want to look at it that way. But if you have a clean record and USS not being annoying, then it's not too hard. It's just a lot of paperwork, and you have to have the background for it. Okay, so we got 10 more minutes. Feel free to shoot out your questions. Unfortunately, our YouTube page and YouTube Hi, everybody on YouTube land and LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm back. Sorry, it's drives me crazy. King says, I'm married a U.S. citizen. Husband and I filed I-130, I-485 in March 2024. When can I get my green card? I want to enter U.S. I don't know if it's USCI. It's not up to me to give you a green card. Okay. Consultation rates. Okay. 350 probably right now. $350 for a 30-minute consultation. Ron Jot here. Marriage cases are less, but your case is like not really about marriage. It's about analyzing the applicant. Ron Jot Beer says, what form would I need to fill and expedite my U visa work permit request? There's no form. You have to just make the request to USCIS. You call them or online Emma. Chris Marr, I've heard seen your name before. Is an EAD C9 valid for 5 years normal? I thought it was just 2 years. Yeah, they recently, like a year ago, they made EADs valid for 5 years because they realized they're doing too many renewal things constantly. So the Instagram feed is not popping, so that's not good. Let's see if I can fix that. Edit. Okay. And live video. Sorry, everybody. I'm like doing surgery live on the show really quick. Okay. Discard video. Discard. Let's go live again. Live video. Public. Next. Copy. All right. So if you're on Instagram, I've got to see it too. So what? I can't change the feed? No. It's save changes. No. Sorry, Instagram. Let's see if I can go live on its own without that feed. Live video, US immigration audience, public, next. Go live. I can't go live. Sorry, Instagram, you locked. Let's stop. All right, everybody. So let's go back. So I answered Chris Marr. Let's go back to your questions. I said, and would I be able to get a work permit and social after applying for F2B? If you file for adjustment of status from I-485, yes, but not the I-130. Like, that's just the petition to get started. And I don't know if it's appropriate for you to file for adjustment of status if you have the background for it. So you got to kind of look into that and make sure it's done properly. Too bad we lost the Instagram feed. One second. I have my second phone, but I'm turning it on. Well, we got slow questions right now. Let's see if we can jump in on Instagram. I said, all right, thank you for answering. You're welcome. I said, it really, you have enough questions where you really better to have a consultation session with you and the petitioner to plan it out. Because I see people in your position, they make like horrible mistakes sometimes that cost them like 5 years and or like just ruins everything. You'll get approved, for example, eventually, but like you just, instead of something taking like 2 years, it takes like 7 years. So really it's best to schedule a private consultation where you can discuss your case with your family, do video consultations like that. We really recommend it. But it's up to you. If you anybody wants to schedule a private consultation, go to our website first and fill us in on what your situation is. It's jqklaw.com/contact. That's jqklaw.com/contact. Need to save up for consultation. I understand. But there's other lawyers too. I don't recommend any of them, but that do free consultations. Talk with as many people as possible. They do free consults. They usually don't. You can't rely because when you do a free consultation, you're trying to do sales. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So like when people think like, why are you charging consultations? Because there's no pressure on me to like, okay, I get paid for my time. I'll be honest and whatever it is. But if I'm doing free consultations, I'm going to be all day meeting with people. So I'm just like, it's just more of a sales process than anything. But it's different for everybody. I can't generalize. Somewhat generalizing is somewhat correct, but it is what it is. So just talk with some people for free. Maybe they're good. When I first started, I didn't charge consultation. I knew I would have been able to answer this question pretty well then. And I think maybe I missed some stuff, but anyways, that's life. Okay, let's see. I'm going back on Instagram so people get us there too. McDonald says, my TV is a case submit the help paralegal, but no reply. You says, do I need a lawyer? You shouldn't use a paralegal for this stuff. I don't trust them. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's always better to have a lawyer. A lot of lawyers would be annoyed to start with a paralegal because they have to clean up after that work potentially. A lot of times paralegals make up stuff because they have they can do whatever they want. They know how. Like I have responsibility as a lawyer. If I make up stuff, I'm gonna have big problems in my career. Paralegals, so that's what I recommend it. But I understand it's probably cheaper. Olco says, should I include patrimonial name for USCIS forms? All documents say. So I do. My associate is from Eastern Europe, who's used to. She doesn't like doing patrimonial names because, but I always put it. But I mean, it probably doesn't matter. But she doesn't like doing that, and she's like a lawyer. She's a U.S. lawyer, but from that area, so she's always sensitive about that. She's like, no, we shouldn't use it. But to me, it's like a middle name or extension, so I just do it. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You're welcome, Old Cove. Let's see. Hi, someone. MD someone. I lived in the U.S. for 10 years. Entered on a B1, B2 and overstayed. My mom, now a U.S. citizen, filed I-130 for me as a married son. I have U.S. citizen kids. Can I adjust status here? No. You overstayed. You can't get status through your mom. You have to wait for your kids to be 21 for that to happen. McDonald says, thank you. God bless. God bless you as well. Everyone on Instagram, I'm coming back on because I got shut off. So getting notification again. All right, we got a couple more minutes. If you have some immigration questions, please let me know. I'm immigration lawyer John Ravi. If you want to schedule a private consultation, go to our website, jqqlaw.com/contact. And there, so many cameras and videos. I see myself in 3D almost. But there you could at least briefly describe your situation and we get back for scheduling a consultation. AG asks if a person, and my mic's been on the bad mic version. It's so annoying. The software I have has a glitch where on October 16th with the B1 status, a tourist visa status, filed for asylum November 2016, was granted TPS in 2024, and has final denial of asylum December 2024. Can a person adjust to H-1B? So it's not adjust. It would have been change of status, but no, you haven't. You have TPS. I don't know the answer. TPS does some stuff. I don't deal enough such for H-1Bs. So I can't remember the rules exactly on how that will work. So AG, I have to schedule a private consultation where I could like analyze the case and do a little more research to answer that question. Are you Bosnian? Ye says, I'm not Bosnian. Shar says, do I check yes or no for public charge, filing for parents, adjustment of status, make 400? Yeah, everyone on the I-485 application is considered a public charge for family cases. So you have to mark yes. Dude, where are you from? I was born and raised in the U.S., but my family's Iranian. I'm Persian, Iranian. Yeah, he says TikTok's filled with Persians. It filled a lot of people. Sharp says, what if I mark no for public charge? Then they're going to send you an RFE saying you marked it incorrectly. All right, about to finish the show right now. If y'all have last questions, please let me know, and we'll take from there. Sarah says, do you know how long administrative processing takes? No, there's no timeline of that. It could be a week. It could be 3 or 4 years. I've seen it happen. He says, I want to bring a spouse from China. Okay, download our guide, marriageimmigrationlaw.com, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. It'll fill you in, then schedule a private consultation. Luna asks, the portal shows that my interview has been attended, although I did not go to the interview. Is it a waiver? I don't know. It's kind of weird that happened. May says, but I got no money or job. It's not good. The life kind of sucks if that's the case, but try to work hard, figure something out. Learn a lot of AI stuff. You can find work there if you work hard enough there. A says, Happy New Year, same to you. A says, I'm just a girl. Okay. Specifically Tibet. Okay. Tibet, I'm a student. I don't know what to tell you about that. Sharp says, does the petitioner have to file taxes, never worked or had income if using a co-sponsor? If they were supposed to file taxes, yes, they have to file taxes. If not, then you don't have to. A says, Happy New Year to you too. Ranjot Gear says, sorry, I missed your reply. My last comment, please advise. What was Ranjot Gear's question? Thank you so much. You're a great help. Thank you. Last question. My receipt notice got expired. I can't get my license renewed. So will they send me another receipt notice automatically? I have to apply for notice. I have to apply for extension. I'm not sure, Ranjot Gear, what kind of receipt you had, what kind of case it was. But if you need, if you have a case pending or you have a work permit, I don't know your case, Ranjot Gear. I can't really say. But let's say you had a work permit that's expired, you have to file a renewal or find. Again, I don't know what kind of case you have that you got a work authorization or driver's license based on. But if you have authorization to it, contact USCIS to get extension or some sort of proof. Yeah, he says Iran and Tibet are both very restrictive countries. Yeah, I mean, Tibet, it's part of China, or is this an independent country is it right now? But Iran, yeah, it's a messed up situation. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll be back again next part of it. Okay, cool. Soldier Boy says, can I travel with advanced parole? Is it 100% safe? Nothing is 100% safe. Nothing in life is 100% safe. Soldier Boy. Sharp says, I'm a doctor. Been waiting for 6 months for work authorization. Can I work outside? Yeah, give it a shot. All right, thank you everyone for joining us. I'll be back again next Tuesday. Happy New Year, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Take your immigration questions for educational purposes live. Happy New Year, Texas boy. Was a wonderful 2024. We ended it strong. We had so many cases where like packed full of cases. It's always good for business and for our clients who work really fast. They're really happy with us. Check out our reviews. But if you want to learn about a marriage green card case, download our guide, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Having said that, so God bless, be safe, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.